breakdown process is already happening. You do not need to go in and do anything. I've already recorded this, and I had the card, I put everything away. So we're gonna go through this again. There is something, and this is a part 3, that in the previous parts, you just can identify it's stinky, and it seems to be a part of something larger. So you would be the one kind of stepping out and calling it out, possibly. The thing is that it is deceptive. You do not have to take action here. It's already breaking apart to come together stronger. The venom, as I'm saying that, like, and the underworld. Okay, and that's the thing, is these cards have been really popping out. The venom in the underworld, this is speaking to something like a shadow, a mirror that's showing up for you in the situation, but it's also speaking to what you can identify in the situation. Remember, like, how tricky this can be. You feel justified in whatever this is, but the thing about it is, like, that justification, it's kind of like, I almost want to reduce it to like worry about yourself, because this is not, like, that's kind of what it is. But the thing is that justification feels so real. Like, you're like, I have to say something, but not the self being at the bottom. In reality, this is an issue with you and how you're approaching the situation, not the situation as a whole, okay? So I'm going to get a little bit more about the situation itself. Okay, so the threshold. So you have, so an ending has been reached. Yeah, something's been like topped off is a word that I'm hearing. Like, there's no more that can come through. There's no more that can fit. Something's ended, the bridge. And now there's a bridge to another area, a bridge to another life, a bridge to, friendships, right? There's an opportunity to rebuild here, or to cross a bridge. Let's get cards for the other party, whether this is a person, a situation, something that you're, somebody that you're like, or I guess it wouldn't be a situation, because that's the situation. So, but let me get a card for the other party. Whatever the mirror is, right? No. What is the mirror? How is the mirror showing up to this collective, right? Like, how what are you perceiving here? Okay, so we have the Lover and the fault line. So perhaps an ex, right? Or someone in your life who you've parted from, or something that you care very much about that you've parted ways with, somebody who's experiencing loss in their life. The Ocean, someone who's really in a place of like depth and potentially like emotional discovery at this time. The Temple, the Healer coming out here. It's like whatever's going on with this other person involved, you're seeing this as someone who has experienced, the fault line is like a tower, right? So it's someone who's experiencing some kind of upheaval, some kind of loss, right? And okay, so the Tower, as I split the deck, and maybe how it is, let's get a little bit more about this other person, maybe how it's showing up for you, because you can see yourself so well in the situation and you want to heal whatever's going on. It's like, or maybe you want to heal it, or you want to call it out, or you want to, I don't know, I'm hitting a bit of a blockage here. So I've got 6 of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. More about this other person, please. The 6 of Swords and Judgment. Okay. Someone who has really got pressure put on them right now. This is someone who has pressure put on them, who is finding a new way to like operate in the world. This is someone who, with the Ocean here, it's like, I mean, we have to pay attention to, with the Ocean, how much like water imagery is here as well. This is someone who has to learn a whole new way to adapt, or to be in the world. I mean, they're adapting, right? Let's get cards for, okay, so 5 of Wands in reverse. Let's get cards for you. How are you being represented in the situation? 7 of Pentacles, Four of Swords, you are tending to your garden. Five of Wands in reverse came out before I stated what I'm pulling for. So we're going to take that as like just a general card for the situation. Learning how to interact with people or whatever is going on here a little bit easier. Learning a new way to approach each other. Let's get more about you. One of the things that came through when I was trying, or in the previous version of this, Two of Swords, Nine of Wands, Ten of Swords. Okay, we'll crack that in a second. The thing that came through in the first go around with recording this was that, like, it's a similar message, though this is much more potent. I understand why I had to record twice, basically. You are being offered like an open door here. Whatever it is that you want to call out or to change or adjust in the situation that's in front of you, whatever truth to power 555 you want to speak on the situation, is actually, it has a lot more to do with your inner child. So the opportunity that's available to you right now is to worry about yourself, as I said, but really anchor into that. Don't do it anecdotally. Don't do it as like, well, this is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? No. Like, take care of what you're doing. And so this is really indicative of kind of the blockage, right? So the part of you that is kind of seeing the issues in the situation that is really rooted in yourself. This is not like, this is a very tender thing for you. This is a very deep thing for you. Like, it's old and it hurts when you look at it. That's why it's hard to see. So part of you is kind of balancing on this situation. Like, it's almost like, so the the Nine of Cups with the Eight of Swords under that was sitting under the Ten of Swords. It's almost as if you can see very clearly how good things are, but like, it's almost like you're covering it up with something else. Pay attention to how people are responding to you when you're talking about whatever's going on here. If you are someone who, okay, so the Devil, when I split the deck, if you are someone who is finding yourself in like conversations trying to process things that are going on in your life, if people are not like 1,000% backing you up and you can't understand why, take some time and like maybe allow things to settle a little bit more, and it might be made clear to you why. Okay, when there's a strong mirror like this one in our lives, it can sometimes take a second to realize that even if you haven't identified it as a strong mirror yet, it like, let this reading kind of settle and see how things shift. Like, give it like a few days, right? Maybe a week, right? And continue worrying about yourself and tending to your garden with this Four of Swords and Seven of Pentacles, because it might kind of shock you why you're not getting the feedback from people around you that maybe you're giving to yourself. If this feels like a big deal to you, and I'm not applying that as like general advice, sometimes people are not giving us enough of what we need, okay? This is specific to this situation. So please be very discerning, as always. If this is something where like you really are looking at a mirror, take a minute, because whatever this is with the venom in the underworld, it's deep. And you might not have, okay, so with the Star here, you might not have the clarity available to you in this moment with how close you are to it to see what you can do with it. So this is what I'm going to do, because it's been 2 days since the last part, because just life was lifing. I'm going to not upload another part after this. What I'm going to do instead is let it sit for like maybe a day, and then we're going to come back and see, like, we're going to do another part about like what your guidance is and what to make of this. For right now, it's very clear to me that if you're still here like 9.5 minutes in and this is resonating for you, this is something that you have to like kind of sit with and just watch to see if it resonates. Okay, I don't want to feed you with a storyline that isn't yours necessarily, if it's not yours, because this is serious. Okay, and then a final confirmation is justice here. There is karma, and full body chills, there is karma involved in this. So if you're someone who's gotten the short end of the stick for a while, You're being prepared to receive. Again, please don't make this fit, okay? So we'll do another part tomorrow.